What is building pathology? Building pathology is an all-inclusive method in analyzing buildings, with emphasis on building defects and performance, to help create the right remedial and management resolutions. It takes into account how the construction, and the materials that were used to build the building, affects its environment. It also studies the building's inhabitants and can be used to help industry experts understand building catastrophes. Identify 4 building defects. 1. Structural crack. 2. Peeling paint. 3. Efflorescence. 4. Ceiling dampness. The potential causes of each building defect identified. 1. A vertical crack running to or from the intersection of a wall and ceiling, and especially a diagonal crack running from the upper corner of a doorway or window opening, is normally a sign of movement of the floor system. This movement may be induced by building settlements, or by deteriorated or damaged floor framing. Common causes of the latter are long-term water damage, excess long-term moisture in the basement or crawlspace, settlement of structural piers or foundations, or from insect infestation. 2. Paint doesn't adhere quite well to surface with temperatures above the standard atmospheric range. High temperatures cause the paint to dry faster, preventing the layers from forming strong bonds. On the other hand, intense sunlight makes oil paints fragile and vulnerable to cracking. Both latex and elastic paints expand and contract when exposed to the sun, weakening their adhesive bonds. 3. Efflorescence is caused when soluble salts and other water-dispersible materials come to the surface of concrete and mortars. It's induced by low temperatures, moist conditions, condensation, rain, dew, and water added to the surface of fresh concrete to assist troweling. It can occur very soon after exposure to moist or cool conditions, or gradually, especially when it comes from within the concrete or from the subgrade. 4. Damp can be caused by water penetration from leaks in the roof, defects in walls and masonry, moisture from the ground, and inadequate ventilation. Water ingress routes might include the failure of roofing materials, defective rainwater goods, degraded detailing, or poorly specified interventions where work has been carried out using inappropriate materials. Raised ground levels and changes in the water table can result in water being drawn up by capillary action, so-called rising damp. How to overcome the problem of each building defect mentioned. 1. By using the epoxy injection method for cracks as narrow as 0.002 inches (0.05 millimeters). The technique generally consists of establishing entry and venting ports at close intervals along the cracks, sealing the crack on exposed surfaces, and injecting the epoxy under pressure. 2. If caught early, it may be possible to correct superficial cracking by simply removing the loose or flaking paint with a scraper or wire brush, sanding to feather the edges, then priming any bare spots and repainting. However, if the cracking goes down to the substrate, you'll have to remove all of the paint by scraping, sanding, and/or using a heat gun. You can then prime and repaint the surface with quality products like Dulux one-step acrylic primer sealer undercoat and Dulux wash and wear. 3. There are a few things you can do to reduce the possibility of efflorescence. Including either Class F fly ash or metakaolin can lock up significant amounts of calcium hydroxide in the concrete. And as stated earlier, the efflorescence reaction is driven by water, either water from above or below a slab. Only vapor barriers can prevent the movement of moisture from the subgrade to the surface of a slab. And the application of sealers and coatings can prevent surface water from penetrating slabs. Apply them as soon as surfaces are clean and dry. 4. Regular roof inspections. While it is good to monitor your walls and ceilings for leaks on your own, a trained professional has the expertise essential in spotting the signs of roof damage early. Maintain gutters and downspouts. Gutters and downspouts that are full of debris will cause water to back up under your roof shingles, causing possible leaks and water damage. Keep trees and bushes away from homes. Leaves and falling limbs can cause moisture issues from algae and rot, damage to roof tiles, and clogged gutters.